A land boom in Bundaberg. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.Heise here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee and let's have a look at this article that was sent to me by a viewer, one who lives up in Bundaberg and seems to anecdotally corroborate what's being reported here, that land sales are through the roof. She's finding trouble that all her tradies that she's trying to get working on a project are, well, flat out at the moment. Now, for those of you that aren't familiar with where Bundaberg is, we'll jump over here to Google Earth, and this is Brisbane. If we zoom out here, I mean, this is Australia, so we're talking a while. So if you go up here to Fraser Island, one of the biggest sand islands in the world, right at the tip, you go right to inland, and here is Bundy, home to Bundy rum. And the last time I was at Bundaberg, we actually went up here to Mon Repos, and we went on a school camp right here. I think our tent would have been right there under that tree. And this is at one of the beaches here where all the turtles come to lay their eggs. And we went and had a look at the turtles and, drove through Bundy. Well, it was actually funny. One of the girls that I lived with as a roommate, she was house sharing with us. She ended up actually working at Mon Repos as a ranger. And because I'd posted photos of it on Facebook, she'd realized we were up there. She just happened to be off for a few days, and we caught up again. So it's funny how much of a small world it is. So it looks like Bundy is going through a bit of a land boom. Now, if we have a look, we'll bring up a website here. And this is mapping the market here from CoreLogic. And here we can see Bundaberg, and if we look at the current house values in just the area around here, Mon Repos, it's, well, more expensive at $458,000 is the current median value for houses up there. In the heart of Bundy, $191,000 for Bundy's central housing market. I imagine there's not much there, but around $200,000, $200,000, so everything below $400,000. So, you can get 300, 214, 350, 274. Let's have a look here. Elliott Heads, 281,000. And on the little island here, Coral Sea, 490,000. Coral Cove, 362,000. So that gives you a bit of an understanding for, well, how much houses are going for there. So you could see how 25 grand from the home builder grant and other potential grants, and look at here, the bonus, free $5,000 bonus, be in quick, from the real estate agent, might be enough to sway people to jump in. Now, if it's investment or a homeowner, those are the questions. You're going to jump into a house out in Bundaberg. I mean, you are, not to be rude, you are away from southeast Queensland. This is where all the action is happening in Queensland, down here. So, will you see the property growth as in other cities? I would seriously doubt it. Not like some of the capitals. Will it go as insane as some of the mining towns in those regions? I doubt that as well. But could you get a nice little place and pay it off pretty easily if it's under 300 grand? Maybe. They're talking under 400. If you could get a good deal with all these other incentives, we'll have to see. So let's have a look at this, everyone. With this mining, well, not mining boom, land boom that we're having in Bundaberg. So, land sales across the Bundaberg region have skyrocketed as prospective homeowners take advantage of government incentives. Bell Eden Estate Development Manager Mike Farrell said he had noticed a significant increase in the local market. Land sales had gone through the roof, he said. The lead up to June 30 saw a flurry of activity in the market, which he attributed to the December 31 deadline for the $25,000 federal home builder grant. The last stage we built was 26 lots. At this stage, we've only got 4 left, he said. This was a very, very short period of time, he added. The government incentives hit and everything just rocketed. Well, here's one of the things, guys. I mean, if we go here to Bundy, and, I mean, if you want to live in the city, sure, but if you want to live a bit further out, we'll have a look. We'll jump in here. We'll look at one of the suburban streets of Bundaberg. I mean, it's just a nice little, regional center, country town. I mean, it get a bit hot up there. Not too bad compared to here. But if you're into camping, if you're into boating, if you're into fishing and going around, I mean, you're not that far from, you know, beautiful beaches, going camping, going out in nature. It looks like I can appreciate why people would want to live out here. If you are working remotely, you know, if you're working remotely, maybe you could. Maybe you could. I mean, let's have a look here, a bit further. On the beach here. You know, it's a nice area. Look, you can see the apartments are coming up. There's land for sale out here. This stuff would be definitely more expensive. But what do you reckon? What do you think? So, in addition to the federal government grant, people buying new homes can also access the Queensland government's regional home building boost of $5,000. And if they're a first home owner, another $15,000. So they could get, what, 40 grand. So we saw the average prices. Everything was under 400,000. So there you go. There you go. You're building at probably 100 grand less than that, hopefully. So you could probably you could cobble together a 10% deposit here with this, with just the government money. So it would appear most of the activity is coastal, he said. From our perspective here at Belle Eden, it's local people, particularly young people, taking advantage of the incentives. Bundaberg Regional Council Group Manager of Development, Michael Ellery, said Council had also introduced incentives to stimulate the development and building industry. Council incentivized 1,717 residential lots initially under its Open for Development scheme, which made it more attractive for developers to invest in the Bundaberg region. To assist with the economic recovery from the pandemic, we extended this initiative for 2 years. So really, hopefully, I mean, anything where the state gets out of the way, even the local council are one of the worst, gets out of the way of business is a good thing. That's a good thing. We can commend them for that, realizing they may be a roadblock. Now, if only they just adopted that in general. So as a result, 21 residential developments were extended for 2 years in June 2020, with 350 lots still incentivized and being developed. Mr. Farnell said he'd been involved with land sales in the region since 2006 and oversees sales, planning and construction for Belle Eden Estate alongside a team of consultants, contractors and agents. And he said there's never been a better time to buy land. Or, well, do you think? Do you think now's the time to buy land? Why would you, when we're having a look here, I mean, we're having a look here. Why would you jump in and buy land? Well, I know exactly why they're doing it, because that's how they're cobbling together deposit. When wouldn't there be other potential distressed properties appearing on the market once the JobKeeper bonus is removed? JobKeeper is removed. Once the Job Seeker bonus is removed. Once the mortgage holidays are removed. Once trading while insolvent is removed. Once people start getting the tap on the shoulder from the bank to sell their properties. But I can see why. It's the fear of missing out. It's the fear of missing out. And if you've got a steady job, you get in, you spend 350 grand on a property, and it's down 100 grand, but it's your forever house, does it matter? Does it matter? But if you're doing it as an investment one after the other, or if you can afford to wait a bit longer, maybe. I mean, I can't see property here really skyrocketing. I can't see it really skyrocketing. Can it tank? Tell me what happened in the last recession, guys, to the regional properties around here. It depends on if people start leaving the regional centres because looking for work somewhere else. Then you might see some real problems. But I don't think it'll be like Maramba or some of the mining towns where they were just insanely overpriced. So I've never seen it in my time. I've never seen it in my time. A better chance for a young kid to get into the property market and start following their dreams, he said. Honestly, now's the time to dip your toe into the water and just buy. Well, he's a real estate agent. Of course he's saying that. Mr. Farnell said the increase in land sales was good news for the local economy, with the stimulation of the building industry set to filter down to other businesses. I spoke with a representative from a building company. They normally do 40 houses a year, and now their target is 76, he said. All the builders are very busy. It's very, very busy time for land and property in Bundaberg. So, I mean, is this just a spike because of the government grants? I mean, if you can cobble together 40 grand to build a house out there, a little specky, I can understand why people are going it. I can understand. But I can't imagine you make much capital gain in there. But if it's your house, do you care? That's the thing. Do you care? If it's just a house to live in where you want to stay, and rather than paying rent, I mean, financially may not be the smartest thing to do, but I can see why people do it. Let me know what you think, guys. Do you live up in Bundy? What is it like up there at the moment? Would you jump in now, or would you wait a little longer? Or would you like the lifestyle? If you sell up from Brisbane, or if you sell up from Sydney, move up to Bundy, maybe you could work remotely. You know? Get a nice little place on the beach, a bit more relaxed. Hey? I'm tempted. A little hot, though. That's one thing when we went camping. We didn't have air conditioning, so we drove up to... Where did we drive up to? One of the mountains here. One of the local mountains. Where is it? I can't see it. Down here somewhere. And then we just had a nap in the air conditioning. That's what we had to do because it was so hot in the car. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. You know, would you jump in, or would you wait? If you want to support the content we created, there are a few ways you can. Simply interacting with the channel, commenting, liking, sharing the videos is a great way to help. You can financially support the channel by joining us on YouTube or Patreon, using our affiliate links at Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or Kucoin, buying our merch from HeiseSays, using Gold Pass from the Perth Mint, or supporting us via PayPal. Take care, everyone. Have a great day. I'll see you next time.